Have you ever submitted a portfolio or a resume or something to a company in hopes that they're going to hire you just to be completely ghosted by them, like you never hear from them again? It's happened to me before, and since you're watching this video, I'm guessing it probably has happened to you too. So today we're going to talk about how we can alleviate that risk quite a bit. So let's get roaring. What's up, y'all? Ryan here from Café Society. We provide tips, tricks, and marketing psychology secrets that we've picked up along the way over the last decade or so of working in the media marketing industry and as entrepreneurs. This one is about video reels and how you can immediately stand out from your competition. But before we continue, make sure if you're new to hit that like and subscribe button and toggle that bell icon so that you'll get notified when we drop new content for y'all little eyeballs to feast on. So every filmmaker, animator, editor, director, whatever, we're all gonna have to put together some kind of a portfolio reel at some point in order to apply for jobs and positions and to get demonstrations of your work out there. I actually did this recently myself to apply for a video editor job here at a studio in Portland. Yes, I am applying for an in-house job. No, I'm not planning on abandoning Café Society. The point is, I had to make a reel in order to apply for this video editor position. And here's a few of the things I did to make it stand out. As I've discussed in some of my older videos, story is what really engages your audience. When the hiring manager sits down to review all of these different portfolios and reels that have been submitted, a vast majority of them are just gonna be like a montage of random footage and stuff that person has worked on in their career. Like 90% of reels are exactly like this. Even many of my old reels are like that because that's just what you saw other people doing, and monkey see, monkey do. I truly think that people are bored of seeing portfolios presented in this way. So I decided to do something way different. And, I'm just testing this method, so we'll see if it works. But in my mind, I feel like it gives me at least a solid chance. So let's talk about it. It doesn't matter if it's video or if it's editing, writing, or whatever. An editor's job is to tell and enhance stories. So that's exactly what I did. Instead of bombarding the hiring manager with a barrage of random footage, I invited them to come along on a journey with me as I told my story about how I came to love creativity and filmmaking. I didn't just throw together all of the best footage of stuff that I've worked on. There is a little bit of that in there, but I tried to use it at times where it made sense within the context of the story. In my hero's journey video from months ago, we discussed how in a good story, a hero needs a set of challenges or problems that they need to overcome in order for the audience to care about what they're seeing. Here's a link to that video if you want to go check that out. In my own story, I have a few of those instances in my life, but I felt that losing my job last year at Dutch Bros was going to be the most relatable to most people. So if it wasn't losing jobs or sickness or whatever, everyone went through something last year, so it's highly relatable. And then moving back to Portland and starting Café Society was a good resolution to that problem. So what I'm going to do now is break down my whole reel so that we can see all the correlations to the hero's journey story arc and how they were applied in different spots within the edit. So first off, we start with the introduction. Because I'm telling my story within this reel, that makes me the hero of the story. My mom was kind enough to scrounge up some old archival footage from stuff that I had done in middle school from their old high 8 video camcorder. Yeah, I know, old school tech. And that's how I started the reel. The thought process here is I'm trying to show them something that they aren't used to seeing. This hiring person is probably used to seeing reels that start with high quality, modern, footage from commercials or films or whatever that person has worked on. So my hope is that immediately starting with old home movies with that kind of vintage grainy look is going to catch their attention right off the bat and pique their interest because it's strange and different. It's also kind of wacky and fun because I'm in a lamb costume. Oh, look how cute I was. This is actually great psychology too, because right off the bat, this subconsciously tells the hiring manager two things. One is that it tells them that the person that they're watching is kind of interesting and different and kind of fun to be around. And number two is it tells them that I don't take myself that seriously. So in other words, if they were to hire me, it shows them that I'm probably not an annoying, pretentious person to work alongside. Having humility is a good thing, and it goes a long way to make people feel more comfortable around you. And then we come to the hero's first problem. In this particular case, my problem was I decided I wanted to tell stories.
A long time ago, I decided I wanted to tell stories. And so I tried a whole bunch of different ways to do it.
So the resolution to that was I tried a bunch of different ways to do it. And I ended up landing on film and video as the thing that I love the most. By the way, with the hero's journey story arc, it isn't like a exact formula, but there's you can do mini hero story arcs within the different acts of your film or your story. It's all conflicts and resolutions that build upon each other to a final climax. But everybody's story is different and there's different twists and turns too. So then the hero has to have a call to adventure. In my particular story, I decided that I wanted to be a film director. And so my adventure was I decided to go out on my own. I moved away actually came to Portland and I went to school here and I went to film school and I learned animation and stuff. And that's the kind of building confidence part of the story where the hero goes from one thing to a more confident version of themselves. And then the hero has to face some kind of an ordeal. In my story, in the story that I present in this edit, the ordeal is that there's other people that I meet that want to tell their stories too, but they don't really know exactly how to do it. So this raises the stakes in the story now because it's not just about me anymore. Now it's about me helping other people figure out what they want to do too. This is also another psychology trick here. I'm subconsciously telling the hiring manager that I'm willing to kind of depart from my own self-interest to help them and to tell their stories too. So then the hero has to face some kind of a test or a challenge. In my case, I start helping other people tell their stories. And the resolution is it works out pretty well and I find out that I'm actually pretty good at doing it, and other people start recognizing that skill, so that builds more confidence. And then as a result of that, more people want me to tell their stories. So then the meat and potatoes of the story is how the hero goes from being the unsatisfied, not confident person to a more confident person. And so now they're out on their adventure, actually practicing their skills and learning new things and meeting new people. In the hero's journey, this is called crossing the threshold. And I have this whole section where I'm talking about how I got to experience really cool stuff through my job at Dutch Bros and just all of these events and concerts I got to film and be a part of. And then I'm showing footage of people that I met that were work colleagues and just other creative people that I really meshed with along the way. They helped me creatively on my journey and I helped them creatively on their journey too. So these people are my allies. Then the hero has to face the ultimate ordeal, and this is kind of the climax of the story. And my ultimate ordeal was losing my job at Dutch Bros last year, which was really a low blow. It was sad, it was hard for us for a while, and it all happened during this COVID season, which was also just crazy for a lot of different reasons for everybody. So now the hero in the story is sad and defeated. It's not looking very good. And this is where the audience is really hanging on everything that's going on. So the resolution to that was we started this company and things are going pretty well. And then at the end of the hero's story arc, the hero comes back or they return to their old place. So like me, I've returned to Portland. This is where I started my career, but now I've been through an adventure and I've been through a lot of battles in the process. And so I'm more confident and ready to keep helping other people tell more stories with the skill sets and tricks and secrets and all the stuff and experience that I've learned along the way. And that's how I presented the hero's journey story arc within the context of my reel. Again, using the story arc is a way to really have your audience have an emotional connection to what you're showing them. And therefore, they'll remember it. It's also important to remember that it doesn't have to be this really long, complicated, story arc with all these different points of interest and things. The essence of a good story is conflict and resolution. As long as you have some kind of conflict and resolution, people will be invested. Next time you put together your reel or portfolio, I would encourage you to try these methods and see how it works for you. Hey, thanks for checking out this episode. Let me know in the comments if there was a different method or something that you used to convey things subconsciously within your reel or portfolio. I'd love to hear your thoughts. As always, blessings, and we'll see you again soon. Peace.